doesn't matter to me.
It was funny for
Yeah.
sure. I'm recording,
Oh,
by the
okay.
way. It was funny. And I mean, it's Keegan's fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Keegan Bradford from Camp Trash at Franzia Mom's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought my statement was not that controversial. I really did not think it was that bad. First of all, some people I want to thank for coming to my defense in Green Day being the most embarrassing band. Danielle Chalosky.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my friend Danielle, for doing that for me. I think she was the only one. So
Well, no,
thanks, Danielle.
Keegan agreed with us.
The Green Day was more embarrassing?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Keegan was saying that Fall Out Boy was the most embarrassing.
No, Keegan was like entertaining arguments that other people had that Fall Out Boy was more embarrassing. But there was one person who tweeted, if you don't know what we're talking about, first of all, welcome back to the Saint Scenes podcast.
We should give context. Yeah.
I am one of your hosts, Dawson, he, him pronouns.
I am your other host, Carson, he, him pronouns.
Holy crap. And
holy crap, Lois.
What we're talking about is we had a funny Twitter moment where Keegan of the band Camp Trash at Franzia Mom on Twitter kind of swags out on that website semi-frequently.
Yeah. Keegan's my friend, but might have like the worst takes on the internet, like potentially.
I've never met Keegan, so
yeah.
Carson almost fell over.
I'm fine.
I've never met Keegan, so I think I bought a record from Keegan because I saw Camp Trash at the Edinburgh Split release show, which was also Weather Day's first show, which was crazy.
Interesting.
I had a good time at that show, but I think I bought a record from Keegan, which I doubt he remembers, but you know. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. Well, Keegan's a listener of the pod now, so.
Hi, Keegan. Smile.
Hi, bitch.
I like your band.
Yeah, I like your band too, Keegan.
But Keegan was inspired by our podcast when we brought up how there was a battle for being the most embarrassing band between Fall Out Boy, Weezer, and Green Day.
The Hella Mega Tour package.
The Hella Mega Tour package. And we both agreed.
We did not include the Interrupters on there.
No.
Yeah.
Or Falling in Reverse.
Were they on the Hella Mega Tour?
No, but they're embarrassing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But we both agreed, Carson and I both agreed that Green Day was the most embarrassing of the three bands. And Keegan was like, that's funny. I'm going to put a funny little Twitter poll. And he tweeted out, inspired by...
I'm not going to fall. It's fine.
Inspired by the Dreaded Wheel, our Twitter handle. Which of these bands, assuming that all three of them have put out great music, do you think is the most embarrassing? And Green Day lost hard.
Green Day came in dead last, which
I believe Fall Out Boy was first, followed closely behind by Weezer, and then
very closely behind
Green Day was dead last, which I disagree with, as we've gotten into, which we got into on the last episode.
Yes.
But as I was saying earlier, Andrew Unterberger. I really hope I'm pronouncing that
Andrew,
correctly. Yes. Who is the deputy editor at Billboard, tweeted, Green Day is going to finish third in this by a considerable distance, but for my money...
deputy editor of Billboard in our mention.
Yeah.
That's so fucking stupid. All right.
Honestly, like... Andrew was very involved in this discussion.
Yes,
tweeting a fuck ton about this, and honestly, he had great takes throughout the whole thing. But like off rip, he tweeted, "Green Day is going to finish third in this by a considerable distance. But for my money, they are very easily number one."
Yeah. Hell yeah, Andrew.
Keegan responded to that saying, "This is my stance, 100%" or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Also, Todd in the Shadows was in this discussion.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which was crazy to me.
He did not respond to me asking him to come on the show.
I didn't expect him to.
However, we may have another special guest coming on for when we spin for a particular song.
Ooh. Whenever that is.
I haven't even told you about it, actually.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. Just told Dawson.
Carson just told me. Holy fuck, dude. I'm not going to be able to process that for a minute.
I hope it happens. I
hope it happens too. That would be super cool.
That would be dope.
But in case it doesn't, we're not going to say who.
Exactly. That's why I didn't mention it. But yeah. This sparked a fucking big ass discussion. 66 replies under the initial tweet, which for a little baby ass account like ours with 131 followers, which did get us like 20 followers. This did get us a good amount of followers and a good amount of like reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we shot up to like 40 reviews on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah.
Golly.
We're still maintaining that 5 stars, baby.
We got perfect 5 stars.
Yeah.
Keep giving us. It's
the perfect time for us to launch the Patreon.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was honestly a lot of fun seeing everybody's takes on this subject, because there are good reasons for all 3 of these bands being the most embarrassing of the 3.
100%. Yes.
And everyone brought up all of them. But it was curtains, because like people would bring up a good reason for Fall Out Boy, and I was like, yeah, I kind of see that. People would bring up a good reason for Weezer, and I was like, yeah, I kind of see that. And then somebody tweeted that billboard that Green Day did in promotion of Father of All, which was like, no trap beats, no Swedish songwriters, 100% pure uncut cock or whatever. And I was like,
uncut rock, I think.
Uncut
or
rock.
It may have been uncut cock.
It was not uncut cock, but that's funny.
It is funnier that way. Yeah.
And that sealed it for me. Like, I already thought Green Day was the most embarrassing, but I forgot they did that, and they also did the American Idiot fucking musical.
Yeah, no, that's those. Yeah, I'm right. Like, I'm fucking right. Like, did Maddie chime in at all on this?
I don't think so.
I feel like maybe.
No, I think she quote retweeted it
with a TikTok, right?
Go on
that bitch line made 666's.
God, I hated watching that TikTok.
It hurts. That guy's account is mostly him doing shit like that, and it is.
It's let me look at the @ of the person who did it, because they deserve it. Kyle Gordon is great on TikTok. Shout out that guy. He perfectly encapsulates the theater kid energy in a way that is so remarkable to me, because the TikTok itself is of Kyle acting out different Green Day lyrics in like the context of an imaginary musical, and every single one of them is top tier cringe.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's art. It
sucks.
Pure art. And it's like, I knew so many people like that.
Yeah.
I went to a Christian theater homeschool co-op.
God, that's so awesome.
And
I also went to like a school that was like exclusively for pale kids, you know,
exclusively for people who, if they went outside in the sun,
they would explode,
catch fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But golly, embarrassing ass band, Green Day.
Yeah, and like I feel like Weezer definitely has these like dips in quality. Which did you see that article that came out yesterday that was like everyone was talking about their like 5 favorite Weezer songs?
Keegan's picks confused me.
I mostly agreed with Keegan.
I just really
what were Keegan's picks again?
Keegan had "Freak Me Out" in there, which I cannot stand.
Oh, that song sucks.
Yeah,
Keegan, shut the fuck up. I liked Keegan's other picks though. For some reason, I forgot "Freak Me Out" was in there, but like "Pool Kids" was in there, and like I get it. Like I play in a stupid heavy band, and like I play breakdowns. Like no one's wondering my opinions on Weezer, you know. But in case you're wondering, number 1, My Name Is Jonas. That's like the best song ever written. Number 2, Say It Ain't So. Another one of the best songs ever written. Number 3, you're not even fucking ready for this. Thank God for Girls. That song's incredible. That song is so crazy.
It's a good song.
Number 4, Burnt Jam. Off Maladroit. What a good song. Number 5. you're not even fucking ready for this shit.
You have no idea what's about to happen.
You have no idea what's about to happen right now. Pork and beans, bitch. What a good song.
I don't have a Weezer top 5 because
can I talk about this?
Yeah, what's up?
I think we're about to be in a Weezer upswing.
How do you
mean? I think they're about to be back on top, Dawson.
What gives you that impression?
I don't know, man. It's just like
you're just getting a feeling in the wind?
Number one, they lost the poll that Keegan put up.
Mm-hmm.
Which Weezer is the fucking internet's punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like beyond rock journalism's punching bag. There's a fucking SNL sketch about like how loving Weezer is fucking dorky.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They didn't come in last in the poll that at Franzia Mom posted. Bunch of hip new musicians just talked about their top 5 tracks from them.
Mm-hmm.
People are defending El Scorcho. They're back. I feel like they're back.
El Scorcho is a good song.
El Scorcho is a great song, but like, I don't know. I haven't heard people talk about that song with like reverie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right word? Reverie?
Reverence.
Reverence.
I think reverie is just having a good old time.
Oh, is it? Interesting. We need a separate podcast about words and how to use them.
Up next on this episode, Doritos.
Weezer, like I haven't heard people talk about El Scorcho like it's a great song in fucking 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their next album, they got to hit. Like, as long as they play their cards right, I feel like they're going to be back on top again.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely in more of a position to do that now than they have been in a while.
For sure.
Because, like, the Seasons series of EPs they put out, which, by the way, if that was put out as 4 albums, it would have been a disaster.
But it's 4 EPs.
It's 4
you
EPs.
Liked them.
Have not listened to them.
Oh, okay.
But
maybe
I do know that...
Maybe that's thrown on the Made You Listen wheel.
I do know in regards to those EPs that as they came out, each one was like successively better received.
Interesting.
And Van Weezer wasn't panned. OK Human was very well received because it's a very good album.
There's one song on Van Weezer that I think is like such a killer. So good.
Didn't like that album.
That's fine.
But
that's fine.
I'm not really like the majority opinion on that one this time.
I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm normal, dude.
I'm so normal right now.
I'm not squinting.
I'm literally like so normal right now.
No, there's one song on Van Weezer though that like destroys. I forget which one.
I don't know.
So maybe it doesn't destroy that hard. OK Human's good.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to that like more than I expect to ever.
Yeah,
Apple Music makes OK Human sound great.
Yeah, if you want to listen to OK Human in like top quality, the vinyl sounds even better.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Well,
like if you
let's get that vinyl going, everybody.
Yeah.
How about you subscribe to the Patreon so
everybody
I can buy
get that
Weezer
vinyl
going?
going.
Everyone spin it right now.
Everyone. Yeah.
We should be the first podcast to be printed on vinyl. Just one episode.
One episode gets printed.
And it's a double LP.
It would have to be. I think our shortest episode is the only one that can fit on a single. Which I think the shortest we've done is like 39 minutes for, I think, a Paxam song.
Was We Didn't Start the Fire shorter? But nobody wants that on vinyl.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You guys probably want this episode on vinyl.
Who knows? I don't know yet.
Because
we haven't
today,
finished recording it.
We're talking about She's My Winona.
So true. Here's a snippet of it. And it's over.
Oh, man, I was going to let it ride.
I
know we legally can't, but I was going to let it ride. Goddamn. What a track. What a track.
Goddamn.
We should bring this up just in general Fall Out Boy news. They played 27 live for the first time
I'm gonna
2 nights ago.
Myself.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so over.
It's so over. We're so done.
It's so over. Guys, this is the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to go?
I don't have the money. Subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe, yeah.
So
Maybe
Carson and I
relaunch
can
it so
go
that
to
you
the
can
Fall Out
go.
Boy podcast.
Well, I was going to go to Charlotte, but my plans got all fucked up. So
Damn.
I had to start working a job again
Fucked up.
to make some ends meet. And
Fucked up.
luckily, already like in a position that I've never been in before, so that's nice. But yeah, can't go to the Charlotte show anymore, and I'll be in England when I'll be in my city when they are in Atlanta. So
speaking,
I bet you could find someone we know has tickets.
I don't know.
Someone we know has tickets.
I don't know. I'm not going to look into it too hard because I feel like I'll just get sad. But, speaking of tour, Carson's about to go on tour, which is why we're backlogging.
Yeah.
We are backlogging 4 episodes.
That is correct.
2 normal episodes, two normal episodes, 2 of a new series. It's going to be Patreon exclusive after those 2. And I'm also going on tour.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about it here yet because it wasn't announced yet.
Well, we already played the clip of She's My Winona. Do you want to say this for the end, or do you want to talk about the tour?
It's not going to take long.
Okay, yeah. You announced the tour, your first like real tour too. Yeah.
We are playing. Right now, we've announced 6 shows, but it's probably getting expanded to. I can't count. 1,
7,
2,
8,
3, 4, 5, 6. So 6
Okay.
shows. Yeah, it's probably getting expanded to 8.
Word. Yeah.
Which is cool. But we are playing Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and one other secret funny state that hasn't been announced yet for the very first time.
Nice.
But there will be a moment on both of these tours where we will both be gone. So,
yes, yeah. Is it the first time that this has happened?
I think so, because Bummer
we kind of
Hills
intersected on tour the one time.
Our first tour happened, like our first day was your last day.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really count. But like this time we'll be on tour in different places at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is
we
crazy.
are going to like serious lengths to make this podcast work, folks. Like we really are. And I'm not like saying like, you better donate to the fucking Patreon. But like, we're both in 2 bands that are like not hobbies. So like we were both in 2 bands that we were trying to make our day jobs. So like, and hopefully, one day we can make them our day jobs and, have our fun, silly little podcast. But at the moment, shit is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Shit is rough. But
hey, that's just a theory.
So
a game theory. Back to the song.
Well, no. I wanted to ask you, like, so it's going to be your longest run of shows.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the question, how do you feel, is the wrong question. Does the number 8 like seem daunting?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just because up until this point, the most amount of shows we've played in 1 month is 4.
Damn. What's the most you played in succession? 3?
In succession, 2.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn.
2 shows in succession. Well, no, we've only played 3 shows in 1 month before.
Okay.
So now we're jumping from 3 to 8. But this time we will be playing. It's kind of broken up, but it's still like all throughout the month of August.
Yeah.
We have a show in Atlanta on the 2nd, Knoxville the 3rd, Hattiesburg on the 5th, Athens on the 7th, Birmingham on the 17th. And if we land these 2 bookings, we will have 2 shows both of those days afterwards.
Nice.
And then Atlanta again on the 30th.
Okay, word.
So, it's still not like we haven't gotten to the point where we're playing a week straight of one show a day. which I would like to at some point.
Yeah.
But, I guess it's good to work up to that.
It's tough to like. So our first one was 4 days, was 4 shows, and they were all in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then our second one was, I think, 5, and we maybe had a day off somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then our like third real one was like 9, I think. And like the rhythm that you get into, like once you hit more than you've ever done before, you're just like, this is so hard. And then like the rhythm that you get into once like 9 hits, you're like, oh, I could do more. And obviously like it is hard, but like I don't know, it's good to ramp up like that. I mean, like I see a lot of bands that have like never toured before just like instantly, like Tracheotomy like just did like I think like 20 days,
Jesus
like when
Christ.
they had never really toured that much. Like I think the most that they had done was like little 3 or 4 day runs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they handled it really, really well, but like it was like being thrown into the fire. So like ramping up like that is always like, I feel like a very good idea.
Yeah.
And like honestly, us starting with 4 was like so fucking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, that was back when we thought we could probably like only get away with that. And then like once we did 5, it was like, and we were playing shows on like a fucking Thursday night somewhere, because that was the reality of like doing 4, is we were like, we're too afraid to play on a weeknight.
Yeah.
Like let's go play exclusively weekends. And maybe we did play a Thursday show, but like 5 was like, we're playing on a Wednesday night. We're beginning this tour on a Wednesday night, and it's good, and like it's going really well. And same for fucking like when Die on Mars came out, like when we were like, we toured for over a week for the first time, it was like, whoa. And yeah, I mean, I think after that you can kind of just throw yourself into doing more than that.
Yeah.
We're
probably going to go on another tour once the album comes out.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the cool thing about it, is like, until that happens, you can still keep doing shit like this, and it's like, ooh, what are we doing here?
Ooh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Wow.
We went from 9 to 19, I think. Like 9 being our longest to like 19 being our longest, and then I mean, we beat it with the Drugs tour, because the Drugs tour was fucking 30.
Golly.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We just routed one because like we're planning to do a headliner next year, like a full US headliner next year. And like I like listed off all the cities that I like wanted to play, and it ended up being like 41 shows, and I was like, God. Cool, 8-week tour. Let's go insane.
Let's go fricko mode.
All right, She's My Winona.
Yep, back to it. Phenomenal.
Do you think this is weird in the track listing? It certainly changes the vibe of
I haven't really thought about it, because like most of the times that I listen to this song, it's in the context of the album. So like I'm expecting it to come right after I Don't Care.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
So I've never really considered like, oh, is it weird in this track list?
To me, it's a restarting of the momentum. Because up until that song, nothing has been that fast yet. Like, Disloyal Order is like kind of this like big, grand, and I wouldn't call it slow necessarily, but it like ends on that big halftime thing.
Yeah.
And then I Don't Care is like sort of this like head bobber thing. And then this, you're just instantly into the breakbeat, Yeah. And I think the way this song is produced is so interesting, and so it's so bare bones, but there's something so fucking cool about it. Keegan brought something up to me when we were talking about the song that he wants to do, and he comes on and he wants to do the song that features the guy from Newfound Glory, because the point that Keegan brought up, and we'll get into it more when Keegan's on, is like Fall Out Boy was so hard to emulate when Newfound Glory was very easy to emulate. this has got to be one of the most unique songs this band ever made, and there's nothing terribly special going on with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 4 dudes writing a really fucking good song.
Yeah.
That guitar line that it opens with the up until that point, Fall Out Boy had never done like a guitar line like that, like a guitar like that, like high end chord thing that they do, where he's kind of doing this like almost like funk strumming. So fucking cool. And there's like a tambourine in the chorus. Like there's nothing like revolutionary going on, but it's so fucking good.
It's just all of these like if you take these elements in isolation, they're nothing special, but then you put them all together and all of that combined just like creates this weird ass like fucking anomaly in their track list that still it just works.
It's and I have very similar feelings to like 27 that I have to this song, where it's like, to me, if this wasn't on the album, like I think it would still be a great album, but also like it would not be perfect. Like the fact that this song is what comes after one of the biggest songs they've ever made, not like biggest as in popularity, but one of the like grandest songs, and then also the lead single, like the fact that it's just like 1-2 like that is so fucking cool. And it really, really clues you into like, oh, this is gonna be something really special. Anyway, give me more of your thoughts. I'm talking too much.
It's okay. This song is like something about like just right when it starts off with those like just 2 muted guitar strokes. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like it just, for some reason, like it's such a small thing, but it sets the mood so immediately.
Yeah.
And also Pete's bass tone in this song.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
It's so good.
Like
and,
the first
and it doesn't
time it
come
hits,
back at all on the record.
Nope, which is so sad. But the first time it hits and he does a little slide, I'm like,
awesome.
yeah, this shit rocks, dude. And like, it has a fucking the first actual words on this song are so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that is the primary thing that I want to highlight in this discussion is like, yes, all these elements are so good, but they are tied together by maybe the best lyrics we've had on this show so far.
Maybe.
All I want to do is talk about these fucking lyrics. Whereas last week I was like, you'd have to shoot me to talk about these lyrics. Like these are like, so like, I would call the OOs in the beginning. I wouldn't. Would you call that a millennial woe? It's a precursor to it for sure.
I don't know, only because that term is like, it's more of a you know it when you hear it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like
sort of a Tipper Gore situation.
This feels more like a pop punk whoa kind of thing rather than a millennial.
Not even though. It feels like a. It's like closer to like a doo-wop song or something like that. Like it's like,
yeah, kind of.
It's closer to like a like, you know how when Come On Eileen starts and you instantly know that it's Come On Eileen? That's how I feel about this. That is how I feel about the OOOs in the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Is like, it's like, it feels like it should have been iconic, which we do need to talk about how I don't know how this isn't a fucking classic Fall Out Boy song. I would call it unfuckwithable, but I mean, they haven't played it in so long. So, but yeah, anyway, let's talk about the actual words.
God damn. It's the fucking thing starts out with life's just a pace car on death, only less diligent. And when the two collide, it's no coincidence. The lights are on and everybody's home. Brother.
Whoa.
Brother.
Yeah, what do you decode that as?
Like, there's so much to unpack there.
Yeah.
Like, I get from life's just a pace car and death only less diligent. Being as like life and death are sort of the same thing, except life takes longer.
Yeah.
Like death is it's very immediate. And so in that sense, life is less diligent than it.
Yes. Yeah. That was my read on it as well.
And then when the two collide, it's no coincidence the lights are on and everybody's home. I guess to me that kind of reads as like death is like an unexpected thing. Like you're not really prepared for it. Or like or it could be the other thing that it is an expected thing, that its inevitability is part of what makes it what it is. Because like the lights are on and everybody being home is kind of like, oh, everyone's prepped for it, or nobody is out and about and they're all just relaxing where they feel the safest.
Yeah. The lights are on and everybody's home kind of reads to me as like a deathbed thing. More than anything is like, regardless of the time of which you die, like the lights are on and everybody's home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody is back to see you off in a way. The only thing suicidal here is the door. We had a good run. Even I have to admit, life's just a pace car on death, only less diligent. There's something about that line being the bookend of this very short verse that is like, the phrase I'm looking for isn't it hits it home, but it's just like it's a little reminder of just like, remember that cold shit I said 5 seconds ago? Here it is again. My read on the only thing suicidal here is the door. That's one I can't really quite put my finger on. The only thing I can connect it to is the line in West Coast Smoker, the "don't feel bad for the suicidal cats" thing, but I don't think they're connected. It's just the same word being used on the same album.
Yeah. I think this line to me reads like I'm not going to. It's kind of like a response to people concerned about the character of this song and like their health or them going to die or whatever. It's like, I'm not going to kill myself because I have a fancy ass car.
Right, sure.
Like
sure.
this, the only thing suicidal here is the door, reference to a suicide doors.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. I'm dumb as hell.
And so it's like, I'm not going to kill myself because look at my car.
Yeah.
Which, if that's not it, that's just a hard ass line.
It is a hard ass line. We had a good run, even I have to admit. It was like it's reminding me of a lot of the lyrics that we're hearing nowadays with So Much for Stardust, where it's like they really did think this was over for them. Like they really did think, like, despite having like a huge fucking record before this, like they totally thought like, yeah, it's over. Like we're just doing this album because we don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
But like we're going to do this and it's going to be over for us. It's just so interesting to look at the parallels between this and So Much for Stardust, and just have So Much for Stardust be like this, like it really is like a interesting reflection on this record. So
it's like a triumphant return, but is also about much of the same stuff.
You want to get into the chorus?
Yeah.
Hell or glory, I don't want anything in between. Then came a baby boy with long eyelashes, and daddy said, you got to show the world the thunder.
I mean,
the baby boy is Pete Wentz, obviously. Yeah. He's got beautiful long eyelashes.
He is.
I love that hell or glory, I don't want anything in between. Kind of reminiscent of like, you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
It's better to burn than to fade away.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that like with the age that they're at now, the age of the band, I should say, and them as people, because they're almost 40-year-old men at this point, but or maybe they are 40-year-old men. I don't know how old they are. Anyway, Hell or Glory, they have experienced both on such extreme levels, and really at this point it's a perception thing, you know. We just talked about the Twitter poll. It was like, to some people, they have never been glorious, or their fall from glory was a long time ago, and they can't see anything redeeming about it. Which, it's funny. It's funny that this line says hell or glory. I don't want anything in between. That truthfully is the position that they were in then and are in now.
I don't think they've ever not been in that position.
Because I feel like there was a time where everybody liked this band.
Yeah.
Because after that poll, I really was thinking about it, of like, there was a time where like everyone was kind of on their side. And I think that time was when they were throwing breakdowns into pop rock songs. And then after that, it gets a little muddy.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. But I feel like first two albums, I think everybody's kind of on their side.
Yeah.
And then like maybe too many teenage girls start liking them, and the hardcore guys are like, I don't fuck with this shit.
Teenage girls like this band. Well, now I hate them.
Sadie, what are you doing, baby?
Sadie wants pets.
She does want pets.
Hello, Sadie.
Sorry. Do you know what a podcast is?
I don't think Sadie
knows
anything.
She crazy.
I don't know if there's any up here. Do you have anything to say?
Oh, we got one little nose, which is cool. Yeah. I mean, it's such a simple chorus, but it's so well done. It's so well done. It's a perfect little thing.
And I also read Hell or Glory, I don't want anything in between, as like the preferred circumstances of the band's death.
Yeah.
Like, I either want to go out on top or as the most hated fucking band in the world.
Which they will be. But it's all depending on perception. You know? Yeah. Because they eventually will end, as everything does. Verse 2. Is this the first time we've done this where we've like just like gone through the whole lyrics?
I think so.
I think this song deserves it. When I re-listened to this, the couple times that I did before we recorded this, it was all like full-on lyric read-throughs.
I couldn't do that because I was driving, but
you were driving.
I was thinking about it.
Verse 2, we didn't come to compete. This is a demonstration. Even the young ones become irrelevant. They always bring up how you've changed.
Still on that same perception grind.
Even the young ones become irrelevant feels like...
It's a little Big Dick Johnson over here.
It kind of is. Like, it is like... It is very interesting how, like, they are just like, yeah, we're being imitated in this way that is, like, simultaneously, like, cool and not cool, because, like, there are bands that are aping our older sound and being like, oh, we're like old Fall Out Boy. Like, I remember that happening around this time,
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, that started happening when I first started playing shows. Is like bands would be like, "Oh yeah, well, we're nothing like new Fall Out Boy.
We're like the good stuff.
We're like take this to your grave era." Which, like, no, you're fucking not. Like, you never
like
are.
Yourself.
You never will be. And Fall Out Boy's verified annotation right here. Everyone always brings up how you've changed in life as an artist, as a person. But the truth is, we are all changing all the time. I can't even begin to explain how I have adapted. Seems strange to expect that people wouldn't change. This line is also meant to be a direct contrast to a line in The Takeover, The Breaks Over, which I assume is seasons change, but people don't. I don't see how that connects exactly, but I for some reason, the big dicking on this song it works.
Yeah.
It works really well.
Because they're right. They're kind of right.
Yeah, and
Like-
I mean, it is a demonstration. It is like a we are not your competition. We are your blueprint.
Yeah.
And you could do this if you wanted to, but like you have to be this fucking good.
And back when this song was released, this was true. They were the blueprint for much pop punk.
Oh yeah. What do you make of this never the same person when I go to sleep as when I wake up line?
Maybe more reinforcement of how like that people bring up that I've changed, but I'm changing constantly. That's my initial read on that. Like rather than another thought, it's an extension of the last line.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get the same chorus again and nothing else really. There's not a lot of lyrics to this song.
Bring the thunder.
He said bring the thunder.
There's a key change.
Yeah, there is a key change, which it's one of the best key changes I've ever heard in my life.
It comes out of nowhere, but it works so well.
It's so cool. And like it almost doesn't come out of nowhere because like the first couple of times I don't think you really notice it until like you're really listening to it and you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
It's better than the Save Rock and Roll key change for sure.
Well,
but I think that key change is meant to be like stupid.
Listen, you're comparing McDonald's to a steak dinner right now.
Sure, yeah. You're comparing lobster to Skittles. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the simplest, least wordy songs that Pete Wentz has ever written. And I think it's damn near perfect. Keep in mind, I love when he goes wordy.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think I get my shit from? You know? Where do you think I steal from is the wordy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is a perfect example of just like sometimes you can just go like right down the middle and hit a fucking home run. You don't need all this fancy shit. You just don't.
You just write some bars sometimes.
Sometimes you just have some cold motherfucking bars. And this is crazy.
And you don't have to expand on them any more than that because
no, you really don't.
It's just there it is.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, goddamn.
And I like to bring up like how well this transitions into America's Sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the first time on the record that you realize like that this is like 100% like intentional sequencing.
Yeah.
And it kind of revalidates the sequencing that comes before it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I don't care, which I hate that it says fucking single version on it. That always drives me crazy. But you know, what are you gonna do? I don't care being like that early in the track listing. Like I think upon first listen you might be like, hey, why?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way that this goes into America's Sweethearts is like, oh shit, all of this is intentional and it's not and then we go here and then we go here. It's like this next song happens because this song happened and etc. You know what I mean? So, find that really interesting. Yeah, I fucking love this song.
Banger.
Anything else you got to say
I
about
hardly know her. God, yeah, this song is like, it's so good that it's like hard to bring up things to talk about because like apart from the lyrics, because like you listen to it and you're like, oh yeah, this is a fantastic fucking song.
Yeah,
I think it's placed perfectly in the track list.
I agree. Yeah.
It comes in, it hits, and then perfectly tees up America's Sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just a fucking. What does the title mean? What are they talking about?
I was about to bring that up. It has to be something to do with Winona Ryder. This song first appeared as the third song on Fall Out Boy's sixth album, Folia Do. Don't know what the fuck's up with that. The title of the song is most likely a reference to one of two things. Firstly, Winona County is a region of Minnesota. Don't think that's it.
What's Minnesota got to do with Fall Out Boy?
I don't know. But the second and likelier reference is to Winona Ryder, an actress which was very popular in the 90s. In a video interview, lyricist Pete Wentz told the New Musical Express cryptically that people can read what they like into certain things, so I guess Winona could be anyone for you. Winona for me is reality, but I'm my own Winona.
What was he cooking?
What was he cooking?
What was Pete Wentz cooking?
He's
at
a crazy
any
guy.
Point?
He also it is like hang on, let me pull up it is like fully verified that he left that annotation that we read earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The only annotation we've read on these lyrics.
There's artist annotations all over these lyrics.
Yeah, which that is so interesting. This is also, the Reddit has like a lot of musical related questions to this song. Like there's a question from 91 Days Ago that is about the bass drum's rhythm. In the opening and verses, I swear I'm hearing the bass drum playing an offbeat quarter note triplet, which would be a crazy rhythm to just throw in your song. The drum tab I found has it subdivided into 16ths, but I still stand firm because the triplet is going to hit a 16th after the beat. Can't make head nor tail of that, really. I mean, I can if I think about it for a long time, but I don't know.
I ain't a drummer. I hardly know her. All right, come on now.
Also, fun thing I found.
Mm-hmm.
Post that had slipped me by somehow. A post from 44 days ago called Folia Do is a concept album, a comprehensive breakdown, which we will be returning to this. It's from user Huckleberry Wrong 5276. So thank you so much for this, Huckleberry Wrong. She's Winona. There's a lot more to do with this. Disloyal Order and I Don't Care are two songs we haven't done yet, so I'm going to leave those out. She's My Winona, if anything, She's My Winona is the date that leads to the two hooking up. There's some kind of story that this person is weaving here, and I respect them just so much for it.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably dive into this more when Disloyal Order comes up, but
I feel
very,
like
very impressive stuff from the Reddit on this one.
I feel like this album, like, it kind of leaves the door open for somebody to come up with a concept for it, especially with the title being what it is, being French for the madness of two.
Yeah.
So I feel like if somebody takes that literally and is like, oh, this is about two people, like, can't really blame them for it. I don't agree because it's most of the songs are definitely about the band and their success and how they view it.
Yes. Yeah.
With the madness of two, those two probably being fucking like Fall Out Boy the people and Fall Out Boy the band.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely what it feels like. I think the easy read is to maybe go like, oh, it's about Patrick and Pete, but I just don't think that's
this is a love story between Patrick Stump and Pete.
That's what people want, Dawson. People want that shit so bad.
The people want them to kiss.
They haven't played this song since September 19th, 2009, but I have a feeling that
might change.
Yeah, I feel like by the time we record the next episode, that will be different. So,
fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how a song can be so good that we have very little to say about it. Do you want to rank this thing, or is there anything else you wanted to go over?
How long have we been going?
We've been going for a good amount of time, bro. We've been going for almost an hour. We almost did
on this episode.
On this episode. Yes.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's more than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I don't know how to speak words.
Good.
This song rocks and rolls. I'm still like deciding on my ranking of it.
I have mine.
All right, what is it?
This is an easy 10 for me. There's nothing wrong with this song. straight right down the plate. Perfect song. I think this is also a 10 because I think you could show this to anyone who maybe is or isn't a Fall Out Boy fan. And like they would just be like, this is a fucking great song.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so catchy that like, which if someone disliked this song, holy fucking shit, what is wrong with you? Number one. Number two, like it is still catchy enough to where you would go play it again.
Yeah.
It's got all the qualities I like in a Fall Out Boy song. It's so simple. It might be their simplest song, and I think it's perfect. I have no issues with it at all.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to think of any reason why I wouldn't give it a 10. But I think the reason is just strong 9, I guess.
Strong 9. Yeah, I don't know.
9.
That's totally fine.
Sometimes
totally valid.
Yeah, I mean sometimes there's a song where there's nothing wrong with it and it still just doesn't.
Strong 9's kind of Fantana's thing. What about Hard 9?
Sexually charged.
I'm
fine with ripping off Fantano.
Okay.
On this
right.
aspect.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, the song rocks. It's
so dope.
Don't let me not giving it a 10 make you think that I like this any less, because it is utterly phenomenal.
It's great. Yes.
Shout out my friend Ryan, listener of the pod, who texted me the other day and said, I listened to Foley again. I think I'm starting to get it. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I've gotten a couple of those texts too.
We're doing God's work.
My sister has always been a bit of an Infinity on High head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the mission of this podcast might be to convert her onto our side. She still hasn't listened to an episode yet, though. So that's kind of my white whale at the moment is Grace and Pace becoming a Foley head. You know,
I think we can do it.
All right. Anything we got to do? Anything we have to acknowledge? We basically talked about the Twitter thing already. Any corrections?
Any corrections or notes on any of the past episodes have been completely lost in our notifications.
Yep. Sorry about that, folks.
So if you had something, send it again, I guess, because I missed it entirely.
Yeah. Or if you had something, we'll try this on for a second. If you had something, why don't you suck my fucking dick?
If you had something. No, you didn't. We're never wrong.
Nobody liked my Oppenheimer tweet.
Yeah, I saw that you tweeted that and then immediately retweeted it from the Dowboys account. I was like, damn, Carson believes in this one.
I don't know what my problem was. I just thought it was so funny.
I saw that. I just saw suddenly pop up on my phone, retweeted by the Callous Cowboys, and then a tweet that I did not recognize. And I was like, what is going on here?
I was just giggling to myself so much about like Oppenheimer having to like put together a team, and one of the people that he gets is Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Oppenheimer meet
Dr. Pepper. See, it's funny. All right, whatever. Dumb. It's so stupid. Anyway, where is this damn song? What's this one called again? She's My Winona.
While Carson's figuring out the wheel.
Yeah, why don't you roll out that carpet?
Thank you for listening. If you are listening, if you're not listening and you're still hearing me, I'm in your walls. Sorry, that was dumb.
There was something about that I'm in your walls that had a quality to it for sure.
A quality to it. Speaking of quality, Carson and I's bands.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good, I think. I like the bands.
Pretty solid.
Carson's is at Callous Cowboys on Twitter.
Correct.
At the Callous Cowboys on Instagram. Mine is at BummerhillATL on Twitter, at BummerHill on Instagram. The podcast, we have a Twitter, at The Dreaded Wheel. And
I imagine the Patreon is going to be a similar URL.
Probably. We'll figure it out. If it's up by the time this episode is out, then I guess we'll just like dub
Dope.
it over or something.
Yeah.
Cool. But we don't know yet.
Yeah.
As of this recording, but it'll be
Yeah.
up soon. And let's spin this damn ass wheel.
All right, we're spinning the wheel. All right, you want to do it this week? I feel like you've got some energy about you over there.
Sure.
All right.
Let's see if I condemn us to hell.
Let's hit it.
I missed the button twice, but I got it the third time.
It's okay. That's always a good sign, I think. Chicago is so 2 years ago.
That's so 2 years ago.
Is this our first Take This to Your Grave song?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Okay. Next time we have a Take This to Your Grave song.
Tom Lovejoy is going to be stoked about that.
Oh, yeah. We have a guest next time. Tom Lovejoy. If you liked him, he's back. If you don't like him, he's still back. We're so back.
We're so back, baby.
Bye.
We're Tom back.